Within the last 24 hours, Georgia and the rest of the country has been responding to the news about the Supreme Court's ruling surrounding abortion. The decision has been described as stripping away women's constitutional protections for abortion and making a fundamental change for Americans after a half a century under Roe v. Wade. 11 Alive Savannah Levins brings us some of that reaction following Friday's ruling.
Breaking news.
For almost 50 years, we've been praying for this. I was just thrilled, excited, and extremely emotional.
And 50 years later, the U.S. Supreme Court has overturned Roe v. Wade, ending a person's constitutional right to have an abortion. The decision sending shockwaves across Georgia and the nation.
How can I not rejoice that the most defenseless are going to be protected?
This is a step backwards. It means that we have to mobilize. We have to sound the alarm.
And that was Savannah Levins reporting there. Meantime, President Biden also addressing the Supreme Court's historic decision and the impact it will have on women's reproductive rights.
The Supreme Court of the United States expressly took away a constitutional right from the American people that it had already recognized. They didn't limit it, they simply took it away. That's never been done to a right so important to so many Americans. But they did it. Now, with Roe gone, let's be very clear. The health and life of women in this nation are now at risk.
In his remarks, the president also calling it a, quote, sad day for the country and the Supreme Court. And in the wake of the High Court's decision, protesters gathered outside the home of conservative Justice Clarence Thomas, responding to his strong stance on the possible overruling of other past landmark decisions. Thomas writing Friday, the Supreme Court must revisit decisions that legalize the right to obtain contraception, the right to same-sex intimacy, and the right to same-sex marriage. He also claims he has a duty to correct the error created by those previous rulings. So people who support the Supreme Court's landmark decision include the sponsor of Georgia's own restrictive abortion law. The creator of that bill says this decision gives hope to advocates who are pushing for stricter abortion laws all across the Peach State. State Representative Ed Setzler also says that all life is worthy of protection. Setzler pushed 2019's Living Infants Fairness and Equality Act in Georgia. It is commonly known as the Heartbeat Bill. Georgia's law bans abortions after 6 weeks, except in certain situations. That law was held up in court, so Setzler says he welcomes the Supreme Court's decision Friday.
Because you've got a living, distinct human being that has a heartbeat, they're worthy of full legal protection. And really needed to have a ruling by the Supreme Court to adjudicate the question we raised, the personhood of the unborn child.
Others are celebrating that decision as well, with people attending the National Right to Life Convention that just happened to coincide the same day of the Supreme Court's ruling. And a reaction also after that decision from Georgia's Attorney General. He's calling on the U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals to have Georgia's heartbeat law take effect. The AG tells us that decision could happen in a matter of days.